Your Honor, may it please the Court, my name is Faathima Azzahra binti ROSLI, appearing as Deputy Public Prosecutor in this case against Mr. HAQIEM bin Man. I will now begin my oral submission proper to request a heavier punishment against Mr. HAQIEM. Your Honor, I am much appreciate if Your Honor could determine the principle of deterrence. It cannot be denied that the aim of deterrence is to punish the accused person, give a moral value to him and a lesson to the society in the future. I seek for your time, Your Honor, to look at the situation happened in our country, Malaysia. It must be noted that pursuant to the Prevention and Control of Infectious Disease, the Minister of Health, after being satisfied that all states and federal territories in Malaysia are threatened with an epidemic of an infectious disease, namely COVID-19, which is a life-threatening microbial infection. Your Honor, looking for the fact of this case, I seek to persuade Your Honor to see the highlight issue that Mr. HAQIEM actually has done a very serious offence because it relates to a life-threatening microbial infection, COVID-19, when he was caught near a fish pond at kawasan Kolam Changlun, Kubang Pasu, Kedah. He refused to go back home and ignored the order made by the Majlis Keselamatan Negara to stay at home, although he aware the worst condition attack in the whole states in Malaysia at that time. At the time being, Your Honor, the first schedule to Act 342 declares the state of Kedah to be an infected area, effective for the period from 18 March 2020 and extended from 1 April to 14 April 2020. Your Honor, I quote a referred case of Chin Chin Wei and another against Public Prosecutor 2020 MLJU 402. The intent of the regulation in this case has to be accorded the treatment it deserves. Any breach of it have to be viewed seriously. It is important for Your Honor to determine the actual aim of the regulation, which is to promote the public good as Malaysian as so relies and which is so much reliant to the state and its machinery to fight the COVID-19 disease. With your permission, Your Honor, I read the Regulation 3 Subsection 1 of the Prevention and Control of Infectious Disease Act 1988. This said regulation explains the movement from one place to another place within an infected local area for a purpose shall be liable to a fine not exceeding 1,000 or to imprisonment for a term of not exceeding 6 months or both. It means that the court has discretion whether to pass a sentence or to release the accused with bond of good behaviour based on Section 294 of Criminal Procedure Code, where the court thinks fit. Your Honor, once again, I want to highlight that Mr. HAQIEM was aware with the worst condition attack in his place and also the whole states in Malaysia. Thus, by releasing him on bond of good behaviour or to lessen the punishment is not relevant to this case. I rely on the principle of deterrence to give lessons for the future offenders, and for the purpose of public interest, I would like to suggest a maximum amount of fine coupled with another punishment in the Act 342, requiring an accused a fine of 1,000 or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months or to both. Therefore, Your Honor, I request to follow the recommendation to sentence Mr. HAQIEM a fine of 1,000 or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months or to both. Your Honor, that concludes the end of my submission. Thank you.